The PSA board did hire me on July 1st of this year, 2011, and our job is going to be to reinvigorate this association. We have an excellent membership base, but we obviously have room for new members with a large geographic base of 11 states, 2 Canadian provinces, and Mexico. And one of our goals and objectives is to increase our membership over the next year by 50%. Further reinvigoration of our association is to provide a value for our members. And one of the things that we've been doing, besides holding the annual convention with 4 directors of agriculture from 4 different states on a panel, is to also establish regional workshops and other opportunities for our membership to engage in business decisions, to meet and greet one another, and also earn credits for their licenses. It's very important for any organization or any company to participate in a regional organization, because the regional organization is actually set up to do regulatory and governmental affairs work. As you know, EPA regulations and guidance and other rules and regulations from our federal government system oftentimes are very detrimental to our agricultural industry, especially our seed industry. So it's going to be our job to meet with EPA, other government entities, our state seed associations, go to our state legislatures, and lobby on behalf of the industry. Certainly. Thank you for asking. I am Roger Batt, president of Batt Associates. I've been, our company actually owns a management and lobbying firm. We've done this business for 11 years for agricultural and natural resource industries. Before that, I grew up on a farm. I still farm with my wife. We've raised different vegetable seed varieties for many years. The farm I grew up on was 6,000 acres, very diversified, all irrigated agriculture, a lot of minor crops, including seed crops. And so not only do I know a little bit about the production side, but also the seed trade side as well. That's an excellent question. We want to work with the folks in Alberta and BC. Those are the current geographic members of Canada, as well as Mexico. Probably one of the most effective ways is to work with the folks that are in our global seed distribution networks with NAFTA and other folks that represent, such as Syngenta and other companies that might have NAFTA representatives. Also really important to engage in their local government entities in those areas as well. There are a lot of issues that the PSA can help engage in, and specifically with EPA. We all know fugitive dust was a big issue. We think that issue might be dead as of right now. The National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, or NPDES, permitting for aquatic herbicide applications. Believe it or not, that also applies to farms, even though EPA has told us it doesn't. If you read into the document, it actually does. That impacts the seed industry. There are several pure seed laws within the Pacific Northwest area that just are not uniform. You may have germ testing or whatnot for 18-month period in one state and 12 months for another period. We want to make sure all those are uniform, that way the industry is also uniform with those current laws. Some other things we can continue to work on, and that we are working on, are to go to state legislatures. And one of those issues right now is the dog fennel issue, or mayweed chamomile issue. That's a listed noxious weed in the state of Nevada, but they've also put it under their pure seed law list, which creates problems for export for our grass seed companies and our native seed companies as well. We are working to get that removed from the Nevada state noxious weed law list at this time. The PSA, currently, we work very well with ASTA. Pat Miller and the other folks on the ASTA team are great to work with. They're coming to our annual convention this next year. I've worked with Pat for 10 years on different state issues. I cannot say we're very well engaged with Canada or the other groups you just described, but it's going to be my goal to bridge that gap and to also work with our other regional organizations such as Southern and Western to try to engage in issues and see what we can do to kind of help each other out and cooperate with one another. One goal that I know for sure that PSA is going to be working on and accomplishing, besides increasing its membership base, is more outreach and education on the seed industry. That's one of my personal goals I've had for a long time with agriculture. I've done this a little bit in the state of Idaho, but I've really wanted to branch out. We need to tell our story because we have an excellent story in agriculture. The seed industry is a very, very integral industry for any production of food within the global sector. And so we really need to tell our story. A lot of folks, as you know, as they become a little bit older, they get more disconnected with agriculture and where their food supply comes from. I think we can help bridge the gap that way. So my goal is to travel throughout the 11 states, 2 Canadian provinces, and Mexico, and tell our story.